see my name under big lights. It sure looks good to me. I'm coming up now, I'm ready for the big time. I'm gonna be hard to beat. Oh, I'm a hard act to follow, got a big reputation. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on now. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this now? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? There ain't no limit. Are you ready for this? Let me hear you sing it. Are you ready for this now? Serving up the heat. Are you ready for this? Now take it to the street. You ain't seen nothing like this now. Let me hear your hands clap. It's my time, I'm back on my feet now. I'm taking on the world. I never miss a beat, that's the way I roll. You can watch me doing it. Hold on, hold on, hold on now. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this now? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? There ain't no limit. Are you ready for this? Let me hear you sing it. Are you ready for this now? Serving up the heat. Are you ready for this? Now take it to the street. I can feel it coming. Can you feel it coming? You got one life, come on, take hold of it. That's right, now don't let go of it. Hold on, hold on, hold on now.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the WFO Racing Network. We are live from the Rock tonight. I am your host, Deadman Strolin. And man, we got a field for you tonight. Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Like I said, we are at the Rockingham, the Rock.
Bring the rage.
Track temperature tonight, 73 degrees. Air temperature, 68 degrees.
Hit the game. It's the final countdown. Oh, it's the new age.
Good evening, Brazing.
Nobody cross me now. It's gonna take a lot to slow me down. From the rubble, we gon' crush them out. We gon' show 'em what it's all about.
We're going to get everything started, including the grid, right after this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
we go. There we go. There we go. Welcome, race fans. Welcome to the WFO Racing Network. Co-sponsored by KDMS Nation Radio 121.4. Yeah. They've got their booth down in the center giving away free hot dogs, I think. Are you guys ready for a good night tonight? Looks like we got 16 cars on the track. I think it's going to be, I've been watching them in practice, and I'm going to tell you, I don't. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. Not for all of them, but it's definitely been challenging. I think we're in for a hell of a race tonight. Watching them do a little bit of practice. Want to let you guys all know that, hey, we've got that contest going on, and we're looking for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, by the end of this season. That's right. If we get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the season, we're going to be giving away a whole lot of stuff. You ever thought about getting into racing yourself? Well, guess what? You would have an opportunity to win not only a brand new gaming computer, not only a brand new wheel and pedals, but a 1-year subscription to IR Racing. IR Racing, iRacing. That's right. But only if and only when we reach 1,000 subscribers. We're not that far away, but we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. So go ahead and let everybody know. Get in here. This is where all the cool kids are. Riding along here with the 36 machine of Dave Nestor. Keep an eye on him a little bit. I know, right? Right? It's not Friday yet. Oof. Can you imagine if this was a Friday night? Announcing on bar night. Oof. That could be dangerous. That might be, well, who the hell knows? It might be just dangerous, period. I am excited for our lineup tonight. Excited for our race tonight. Yeah. It's going to be good. Got a dang good show. Gonna have a dang good race. So sit back, relax, and we'll be back momentarily.
I was made for this.
And there we go. There we go. When is the end of the season they want it? Oh, well, we've only got 3 more weeks, including this week. So only 2 more races after this. So let's, all righty. We got it here. Look at this. Look at this. Shocker. Shocker. Here we go. So our starting lineup tonight is going to be 75 of Chuck Sweeney on the pole. And just on the outside of him. Well, you know what? Let's see if they're going to line up here. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Chuck Sweeney on the pole, 17. Tommy Haynes on the outside. In the number 2 position. Then we got Cody Williams in the 12. Right here. He's going to be starting 3rd on the inside. Richard Holland in the 31 machine on the outside in 4th spot. It's a spot. Just Rick in the 10 machine. Going to be starting 5th on the inside. On the outside, the 86 machine, John Sanu in the 6th position. 7th position, 36 of Dave Nestor. Dave Nestor. 41, Michael Atkins Jr. on the outside. There's his right. And then in ninth, we've got Hal Amy in that 3 car. Jacob Daniels in the 72 on the outside of him. Then we got Steven Seegers in the 8. There's Steven Seegers. Bert Wilson in the 70 machine on the outside of him. He's going to be starting in the 12th spot. Vern Bradley going to bring it up the 13 spot there in that 14 machine. Glenn Jamison in the 63, just outside of him. And then coming into the back row there is going to be the 81 of Michael McCauley. Michael McCauley in the 81 machine, and just outside of him is going to be the 52 of Bill English. Bill English. And and we are green. Green. Pretty smooth start so far. Oh, look at this. The 36 diving down to the inside. Everybody missed him, though. That'd be the 36 of David Nestor. Went up a little bit wide, came down to the inside. Everybody able to get around him. Everybody able to avoid that. I'm looking for a caution right here, right quick. Looks like he's got it all settled in there. He's going to drop down in behind the 70. That 70 machine of Burt Wilson. Hiding in behind Jacob Daniels in the 72. Going to give that outside lane to the 14. Steven Seegers is looking for that opening. He's going to go ahead and take a spot. So there we go. And then we're settling in. Strong race last night from this guy right here, the 17, Tommy Haynes. Cody Williams in 3rd. Chuck Sweeney out in front. Gonna go back on the 4 spot. There we go. Richard Holland. And the number 10 car of Just Rick. We don't need to know. We know who that is. 41, Michael Atkins Jr. Good evening, Diana. Good evening, Cindy. How are you all doing tonight? Are you guys excited for a race? We have got a heck of a race going in there. Like I said, we got 16 cars on the starting grid. Currently is looking down here at the 31 of Richard Holland. Picking up into the 4th spot right there. Behind him is going to be the Michael Atkins Jr. 41 machine. So take a look at the back here to the number 3 of Hal Amy. Currently running 8th. Long race to go. Long way to go. Long way to go. Long way to go. Not sure about the fuel. I wasn't able to check in with them and find out where our fuel windows are going to be. So it's going to be kind of interesting to figure out how far they'll be able to go. There, just at the top of your screen there, you're going to see the 14 of Vern Bradley coming up in between 70 and Burt Wilson. Speaking of the 14 car, let's go ahead and ride along with Vern. Hi, Vern. Hey, Vern. He don't have his mic on, damn it. Well, when he said he was getting out of broadcasting, he meant he was getting out of broadcasting. That son of a gun, man. The show ended last night. He was gone. Couldn't even find him. All I saw was a vapor trail. You might have noticed the number 5 of Bradley Cooper unable to make the lineup tonight. Not sure what there, but he did say that he may be making it into the broadcast booth a little bit later on tonight, so we'll see. That would be exciting. That would be exciting. There you go. Got the number 8. Steven Seeger's looking to the outside and going to think about it. He's just going to back off a little bit. There's your top 10 right there. Vern Bradley in that being the 10th spot. Chuck Sweeney still with the lead. A little over a half a second. Going right along with Michael Atkins Jr. He's your 5th car. Riding in right behind there, Mr. Richard Holland. Josh Strick in the 10 machine following up behind him. Gotta tell you, man, that car looks good. Looks damn good. Glad to see you guys all making it out tonight. Missed you last night there, Diana. But we're awful glad to see you tonight. Go ahead and head up to your race leaders. Going to be the 12 of Cody Williams, and before him, he's going to have Tommy Haynes in front of him. This is your P2 and P3. Richard Holland closing that gap. This is second, third, and fourth. The yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here. May be correct. May not be, but let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, yes. There we go. There we go. We got our first caution of the night. That's going to tangle up Vernon Bradley. And unfortunately, that is going to, well, let's see here. Where the hell did it go? Sure. Go ahead and take a look. Why is it not working? I'm struggling. I'm struggling, man. I'm telling you what, this instant replay is not working for me. It is not doing what it's supposed to do. What's going on, Bradley? How you doing, man? Welcome into the booth. And we'll... Yep, and then there was a wreck, just like that, which I'm trying to get back to, but it's just telling me, you know, go pound sand. Yeah. Glad to have you back up here. Fire, fire, fire. Yes, I still don't have fire either. I'm telling you what, man, you know, they're just going to send me out there with tools and the wrong tools. It's like trying to pound a nail with a pair of pliers. Yeah, well, you know, you work with what you have. You work with what you have. You can't hear anyone else. Why can't you? Stand by for news.
Sharing audio for a specific...
There we go. Now they'll be able to hear you.
They hear me? Yeah?
And they're going to hear you now. You got our back? Oh, thank you, Dee. I definitely need that.
They probably all left now that they can hear me.
Yeah, probably. I agree 100%. All right, there we go. Look at this. Look at this. Your new race leader. Look at that. The number 81, Michael McCoy. Well, it says he's in the first spot, but I guess he's going to line up in the second spot.
He's going to start on the outside.
He's going to start on the outside.
22 lap old tires. This is going to be tough.
It is going to be tough.
Limited tire sets create these situations, but it's going to be hard. Jeff Sweeten's probably going to make quick work of it into turn one as they go green.
They are definitely green. And he's going to do everything he can, but, you know, he's going to try and stay out of their way, I guess. Knowing that he's on a lot older tires.
Cody Williams there going by. Richard Holland there in the fourth position now to go around him. That's what 22 laps looks like, and Richard Holland gets really close to him there on the exit.
Yeah, he gets a little loose. Look at this, 41 and 86.
You're good.
Atkins holds on to it. This is just one of those situations where older tires, they fall off so fast, and these guys are struggling to get grip.
Look out. We got 70 into the wall. We got 70 into the wall. We got 10 into the wall.
Still green.
Still green. No caution out as of right yet.
For Wilson, Rick Fagona, I believe, caught up in that as well in the 10.
Yep. Let's see if we can go and see. Hey, I'm going to do whatever I can, but there it is right there. A checkup going on, coming out of the turn and just getting caught up. Not quite enough. See if we can get a... We got a checkup going, coming down. 8 on the inside. It looks like Burt going out to the outside, and it looks like three of them just dived down, but Steve Sager's able to just hold on, and unfortunate for the 70 car, Burt Wilson, and the 10 car, just Rick. And no caution.
No caution. Looking back up here, Tommy Haynes in the second position, trying to chase down Chuck Sweeting. Sweeting's pulled out 0.6 of a second. He's walking away from this field right now. The only guys that have kept relatively close is the 17 and the 12 of Cody Williams.
And let's not forget, we got in the 4 spot here a man we never want to count out in the 31 machine here, Richard Holland. Right behind him, Michael Atkins Jr. rounding off that top 5.
You can see the 17 right now in the prime 17 of Tommy Haynes is getting really, really tight in 1 and 2. And it's scrubbing that speed off. 0.2 a lap here. Chuck Sweeting's 24.519 last time by. He's on a rail right now. He's on a mission.
Yep.
Clean Air does it for you here at Rockingham. Very tight corners. One of my least favorite tracks, DMS.
Oh, is that why there was a little bit of delay? Actually, we got to go to the damn racing screen. There we go.
Yeah.
Now we can see everything.
Make it bigger.
Make it bigger. Bigger's
So many
better.
buttons to push. So many buttons to push.
Yeah, you ain't
Got a
lying.
race back here with Glenn Jamieson and John Sanu. They're going at it for the 6th and 7th position right now.
We got Vern back there, too. Look at that.
Bradley with a little bit of right rear damage from that earlier wreck, that earlier caution. But he's still holding on to a top 10. Looks like he's still got some speed in the Great Clips 14.
Well, if it goes anything about than it like it did last night, he hit the outside wall and actually got faster. Glenn Jamieson going to take and hold on to that position.
I don't know what the word of mouth was with the new damage model on the truck, but I know a lot of guys are hating it. Yeah, I guess it's just a product of racing the same thing for so many years. You get used to it. Now they've got the whole new tire model, damage model. It's completely changed entirely.
14 machine of Vern looked like he was going to dive down to the inside and try to make a run for that position, but got a little loose and had to back her down. Had to let up a little bit. Head back to the 17 of Tommy Haynes and see what he's doing. Pretty
Williams
much the
was right
same.
up on the bumper.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing that they were doing last time.
Yeah, I saw Williams there right as you changed to the camera. It was really, really close to the entrance of 1, but it's tough to pass out here tonight. Seems like you get right on the bumper of a guy and it's dirty air is so hard on these cars right now. They drive off.
And it looks like the 17 car of Tommy Haynes has got his hands full. Coming out of that last turn. He gets up there, gets a good run, but then has to check up. Gets a little loose. Cody Williams had to check up a lot on that last run. See if we can see if it was just a minor mistake or it's what's happening.
No, I'd say Cody's just buying his time right now. He's saving his tires. Man, these things are out of control off the exit of 4. It's so bumpy. Whoa, the 17.
Yeah, pretty much.
Way up the track on the entrance of 1. I think there's a pass for second now.
You got it right here, Cody.
And there it is. Cody's going to take that. As you hear the radio traffic. And look at this. 31, Richard Holland. He's going to take a look on the inside.
Yeah, Holland right up on the bumper. Tommy Haynes starting to get a little bit tight on the entrance of these corners, and that's opened up the door for a lot of these guys that are able to stick to the bottom. Looks like Michael Atkins is going to follow suit as well.
Yep. Michael taking a look and seeing what he's going to do, but you're right. I think he's going to just do the same thing. He's going to say, "Well, that door is open. I'm going to put my bumper up in there. Let's see what we can do."
It was like these cars are leaving the racing surface on the exit of turn 4. They're so tight they don't want to turn down, and then you hit that bump and it just shoots it up the track.
Sure, it just did that with Richard Holland. Richard Holland had to back it up to keep it down.
Very bumpy surface here tonight.
That's going to leave Tommy Ames able to catch back up on the outside.
Oh, this is close though. Haynes gets the run, but that's so dangerous there where that bump is to get that exit.
And now we got the 63 of Glenn Jamison up in there. He's saying, "Hey, don't forget about me."
Lynn looking for a top 5. They've kind of accordioned here. Took Richard a lot longer than he wanted it to get around the 17, and they've lost about 9/10 of a second to your second place driver, Cody Williams. 1.3 to Chuck Sweeting. That's a pretty substantial gap for only being green for about 20 laps.
And explain it to us, Bradley, about how good that fresh air is going to be, because let's just face it, when Cody Williams got around, he's been able to pull away.
Yeah, it's so important to have that front push on the nose of this car. It really burns the right front off. So if the air's not pushing down, you're not getting any front grip. And that's why you're seeing these guys that are back there in traffic hopping all over the racetrack. They're running single file behind each other in the entrance, and as soon as they get back to the throttle, the nose of the car is not touching the racetrack. It's bouncing everywhere. It's I guess it's kind of like driving in a wind tunnel, driving towards a hurricane, essentially. There's a lot of resistance, and that car will do unpredictable things.
There you go. So this is not a drafting track. Is that what you're trying to say? What's up, Bender? How you doing tonight? Go 81.
Yeah, I would not classify Rockingham as an aerodynamic track. Definitely don't want to beat it up too much, but I would put it more in the category of like Richmond or Bristol, where you could knock some fenders off and still be competitive. And an example of that, you can go back to the 8th position right now and the 7th position. These two, Vern Bradley and John Snoop, both have a little bit of damage, but they're still within 1/10 of a second of your leader right now.
Yeah.
Chuck Sweeting ran a 25 flat. Vern Bradley with a 25-1. So it's really not affecting these cars too bad. If you go hitting these walls too many times, the more you move those panels in, the more likely you're going to break something mechanical, because the tires are going to hit the wall first.
And it looks like, unfortunately, the only results out of that only caution is the 3 car. The 3 car. He is still
parked it on pit road.
Yeah, he's still down on pit road.
You see Jacob Daniels, he repaired a lot of damage there. Steve Seegers as well, 35 seconds in the box.
Yeah.
These guys trying to get some of that damage fixed, but like I said, it's not something that is worth going a lap down over. You see the product of Michael McCauley staying out there. He's 46 laps on his tires. He's out of the top 10, back to 11th position. Jacob Daniels catching up to him now. But that will, in the long run, pay off. If it stays green, this could be a race-winning decision for the 81 of McCauley. And we saw it back in Charlotte. We've seen it several times this season where the 81 snags himself a top 10 because he has an extra tire set. We get a caution with 15 to go. That's a wise decision.
And we did see a lot of cars on that first caution hitting tires. I was kind of surprised on that.
It might just be a product of these guys knowing that if it does go green, you're going to lose so much ground. On this track, fresh and green, tires are so important. You have no grip.
Thanks, McCullough.
Chuck Sweeting, though, he's got it figured out. 1.4, 1.5 seconds as he goes into turns 3 and 4. He's going to come by to lead another lap this time by.
That's going to put 49 laps on that machine. Just got word, Hal Amy's saying it all blued up. He done. It done blued up. Unfortunate for him tonight. Seemed like he had a
I
pretty
don't-
strong car.
I don't think you'll be the last one, Hal. Some of these guys back here still racing really close. You look back, Michael Atkins, John Sanu side by side. It's only going to take one bump to send the guy into the outside wall. This track notorious for its exits as well. Turn 2 exit right here. You see the 41 lift. That's a wise choice. Sanu had the inside and had the run. Atkins has to back out of it or he's going to hit the car or hit the wall, you know?
Yeah.
Aaron Bradley now in the mix as
Yeah.
well, looking for 7th position.
Trying to get up there on the 41 machine of Michael Atkins.
The last race, DMS, at Rockingham, what year?
The last race at Rockingham?
Yep,
Was it 99?
a little bit later.
Was it?
You're in the ballpark. 2004.
2004.
Rockingham was one of those tracks, kind of like North Wilkesboro. It was built state of the art before its time.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep up with the times. Many owners bought it, sold it.
Look at
But it's
this.
got a
Look at
lot
this.
of
John
heritage.
Sanu looking on the inside here of, and he's going to take it away from Glenn Jameson right there. He's going to move up to the into the 6th position.
5th position here for John Sanu, and he's got a late run car here. He's running a faster lap time than Chuck Sweeting.
And they're basically on the same tires.
Yeah, John definitely was saving something in the tank here. I
There is no way.
venture to say that John's probably going to crack the top 3 before they hit pit stops.
What do you, what is the, I know last night we were right around the 34, 30, roughly 34 to 40,
I think
somewhere
they're
in there.
running 100% fuel in these cars this week. Yeah, I know they changed that up at Charlotte. They ran 100% fuel at another track that we were at there. They've been changing the fuel because the setups don't like 50 or 80% fuel. They just get really, really tight. So an admin league decision to add fuel to these cars to really help the handling, but it also catch-22. You've got tires that are stringing out 40, 50 laps, 56 for Michael McCauley.
I was just going to say, let's take a look at that 81 machine. He is sitting on 57 laps.
Yeah, he'll be the example. He'll be the first guy to pit, and then you'll know the fuel window. That'll definitely give you an example of how far these guys can go. Chuck Sweeting, 2.5 seconds. That clean air has just been outstanding. He's had it since the restart.
And he's just
Hasn't interfered.
literally on a Sunday drive. Well, I can't say we're on a Sunday drive. It
I
is
mean, you can go aboard
Rockingham.
with him right now. You can go aboard with him and go through turns 3, 4. It doesn't look like a Sunday drive. It looks like a gravel road in Hazard, Georgia.
More of like a lease road in the backwoods of the, West Texas.
It's rough out there for sure. Catching up here to some lap traffic, he's got 2 cars in front of him. That looks like maybe the 52 or the 70.
The 70
Burt
at Burt
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah.
He's also got just Rick in front of him as well, so he's going to have to contend with that. That might help Holland, Williams catch up to him. There was a pass for second. Cody Williams is going to lose a spot to Richard Holland here.
Right along here with Cody Williams. And something tells me he's going to see the back end of Richard Holland a lot longer than I would.
Well, he's hanging with them. These guys are running pretty similar lap times. Cody had a big hiccup there when he got passed. He had to run that outside and didn't like the bumps up there. This is a one groove racetrack for sure tonight.
Yeah.
Get up there in the marbles, get up there in the bumps. There's like 2 or 3 positions that you don't want to enter these corners. It'll mess the whole thing up. You see Cody's actually got in a little bit too high there in 3 and 4. Had to put more wheel into it. He's going to lose another 10th to Richard Holland. Tommy Haynes has lost about 8 tenths to these guys, but he is starting to run back down on the Cody Williams machine. And he better, because John Sanu is on his way.
Yeah, at that 86, John Sanu is tough here. He is not going to lay down.
We talk about lap times. That time through, Chuck Sweeting a 25.4. He's going to be the fastest car on the track. But he has, oh boy, Sanu really tight there. Sorry about that. Yeah, Chuck's doing a great job. He's there's no reason to really push it. He's just going to have to maintain that 3-second gap. No reason to get too crazy. He can afford to back it up a little bit, save those tires for this full fuel run.
64 laps on the 81.
I believe it.
Unbelievable.
He's in it for the long haul. Still in the lead lap. Got passed by Jacob Daniels for the 10th spot, but he's still on the lead lap. 23.8 seconds, though. He is at threat to go a lap down. He might consider bringing it down pit road now.
He might want to, because he's spending more time on that outside wall than he is on the inside of the track.
Yeah.
Let's go back down to the 52 machine, Bill English. We haven't talked much about him. He's just kind of putting the laps in.
Somebody forgot to put the number decals on the side of that car.
Yeah. Sure did.
That guy's fired.
Fired.
Oh, hit the outside wall, Billy English.
Tagging that outside wall, but being able to hold on to it. I guess he figured, once they put the decals on, it won't show.
Right.
We'll scuff it before they put the decals on.
Stick better. I tell you what, though, Rockingham is a tough track. And again, I just want to elaborate. Was it the reason that the 5 team didn't grid today? It was definitely other variables, but yeah, I don't envy these guys at all. This is a tough racing surface, and by the end of it, these guys are going to feel like they were swatting bees for
We got the 8 machine.
plus laps.
We got the 8 machine back in pit road. Steven Seegers. He's sitting down there, not really seeing any activity.
And it's really spread out here.
They're gonna make it around. Everyone's gonna make it around safe. Bill English there safely.
Side by side here with Vern Bradley in the 7th position. Oh, they're tight. They're close. They're racing
It
hard.
is tight. Now, do you think Vern was able to hold on, or do you think that Michael had to let out a little bit?
I think that they were both going for the same piece of real estate, and they weren't given anything. It was good to see, but again, we're pretty early in this race. We're just about the halfway point.
We're just, right at the halfway. We're 71, 72 left.
I don't know. It's a good pass there by Vern, but yeah, Atkins, he wasn't given anything. Those guys were door to door all the way through 3 and 4. But that's the talent we have here at WFO. We can do that. 7, 8, 9, 10 laps.
We'll head back here to Burt Wilson here, and just Rick. They were involved in that, I don't know, I guess crash, but non-caution crash. And then we got Richard Holland there down on the inside.
Yeah, Fagon was also involved in that crash that caught up Burt Wilson, Hal Lamy.
Yeah.
No caution on the backstretch. Got the best of these guys.
Like Bert's going to move up for Richard. I see what you're talking about. When they come out of that turn, they hit that bump, man, you go right up the track. You hear all those Holland fans in the stands?
What I hear right now is guys getting frustrated. They're getting very, very frustrated because this car has been beating the crap out of them now for 76 laps, and they can't pass anyone. Even lap traffic's hard to navigate here tonight.
I know, and look what it's doing to that car with the fresh air.
Yep.
The 75 Chuck Sweeting, 6 seconds.
Now, we had that restart there before with Michael McCauley on the outside. That split the field a little bit. Some of these guys got spread out very early. Chuck had the clean air on the inside, never looked back, and he's pulled out an eternity of 6.1. He's just maintaining the gap now.
Yep. There's your race leader, 75 laps out of the 77. 75 laps in the 75 car out of 77 laps.
Coincidence?
Coincidence? Or are the aliens watching out?
I'd tell you, Chuck's been pretty dominant here in this B car all season long, and I've been a victim of some of his finishes that when he checks out, sometimes it's another area code. And as a driver, you get very frustrated because you start hunting for grip, you start changing your line, you don't stick to your game plan, you're trying to figure out what he's doing differently. And best thing you can do at this point, stick to your guns, remember your line, and pray there's a caution. Because that might be the only way that these guys are going to catch up to the 75.
Well, do you want to know what 6 seconds looks like here at the Rock? There it is. Nobody. As far as the eye can see.
You could park the Titanic between those guys.
Holy mother of goodness. Well, you know what? Let's do a top 10 while we're here. There we go. There is your race leader, Chuck Sweeting, with about a 7-second lead right now. Your number two spot is going to be Richard Holland. And there he is. Let's see if we can't take a look and see. Oh, yeah, you can barely see him, but he's up there. The number 12, Cody Williams, in P3 right now. 17 of Tommy Haynes running fourth, right in behind Cody. The 86 of John Snow, you just about saw his bumper. He's looking to make a move to the inside of 17 right now.
He's caught up to all these guys. And I told you, I said before green flag pit stops, that 86 looked like he was going to be top 3. Look where he is now.
Yes, sir. Yep. Taking over that 4th spot. In the 6th spot, we
almost 3 wide. Almost.
Well, he is on fire.
Yep. He just passed 4 cars in 1 lap there.
Yep. And let's go back into, well, I guess it would be the 6th spot. Oh, look at the 41.
Yeah, he's coming back now.
Yeah, I'm trying to not
Well, the 41 on fresher tires. I believe Atkins hit pit road. He's got 4 laps on his tires.
So he's going to be gunning it out. 7th is going to be Vern Bradley in the 14 machine. 8th is going to be Jacob Daniels in 72. And looks like Jacob Daniels got a little bit of outside damage there into the rear bumper. And then we got a 70 of Burt Wilson in 9th and Just Rick in the 10 car. He's going to round off your top 10. Now let's go back up here to Atkins.
Atkins is going to be shaping up probably to get back in the top 5. He pitted somewhere around 6th or 7th position when he came down. The longer these guys stay out, the more ground that 41 is going to make up. But it usually ends up balancing itself out. These guys will pit, start coming back. I'm interested to see what the tire strategies are going to be because you're definitely going to run out of tires before you run out of fuel at Rockingham.
Well, and currently that 41 machine is going to be 2 laps down, so he's got a long way to go, but he's doing it. He's getting it. Let's go up.
Collie also one of those guys that came down pit road. He's got 14 laps on his tires.
Let's go over to P3 there. John Sanu. Good evening, Lambo. How are you doing? Coop is in the booth. Yes, he is.
Yeah, that'd be Coop in the booth. How you doing, Lambo?
Come on, man. You know, whenever the track gets too rough, you know, he says,
track's too tough, man. I can't do it.
Can't do it, man. His transport driver got drunk in Vegas last night. Never made
Another
it.
drive Darlington on the roof.
Never made it to North Carolina.
They parked me in North Dakota.
Oh,
Sanu, he overdrove it.
Oh, he over. And you got. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Pins and needles.
I thought you said you were going high.
He's up there. He was catching Richard Holland. He had him down to
Yeah,
about
I didn't-
1.2 seconds, and then he hits that outside wall. I don't think it's going to hurt him too bad. But yeah, John Sanu just overshot one corner. That's all it takes here at Rockingham. One corner turns into 2 seconds.
And there we go. We have the 81 going to be looking to make up one of the, get up there to try to get back on the lead lap. Richard Holland giving him all the room he needs.
So when does Chuck Sweeting bring it down to pit road? I mean, he's got a massive lead, but he's going to force the hand. When he hits pit road, I guarantee you Richard Holland, John Sanu, these guys are all going to follow suit the next time by. They will not be able to afford staying out for too long.
Let's take a look and see.
Take a look, Michael.
I mean, from here on out, based off of their
Appreciate it,
stint, they could pretty much make it on fuel. You want to split this run and take it one stop?
I think that was the 14 of Vern Bradley going down pit road there. There he is. Showing Vern currently in the 6th spot. Let's get back over to Chuck Sweeting, see what kind of pit strategy he's going to have.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what 100% fuel will do here at this track, but if it stays green, you're better off to just keep it out here as long as you can.
I just realized that's the 72 machine of Jacob Daniels running
Yes,
in the
sir.
5th spot.
Yes, sir. Should have saw Daniels there at BSRL. He had himself a good race going there at Auto Club.
$74 laps on that machine right there. So they've got pretty much the same tires.
Yeah, everybody back to 6th position, all in the same stint. Rick Fagona lap down. That just shows you how fast Chuck Sweeting's been. We've only got 5 cars left on the lead lap here tonight.
And I think he backed off a little bit, let Jacob Daniels walk away a little while. Got a 9-second lead. He's like, yeah, I'm going to let him just, do his thing. There's nothing wrong with that, Lambo. Goofing off and making money. Hell to the yeah.
That's the dream, isn't it?
Chuck giving everybody some room. He's going to move up the track, let the 70 of Burt Wilson go by. Looks like Jacob Daniels slowing down a little bit there. Not sure exactly what happened there, but he slowed down quite a ways there, and Burt Wilson went by, and Chuck Sweeting caught right back up to him and passed him.
Man, Sweeting is just on another level here tonight. You want to go back to 4th position.
Yeah, we have
All a
three.
lap down right now.
Yeah, we have 3 cars on the lead laps. Chuck, John, Sanu, and Tommy Haynes. Everybody else is a lap down.
$75 hitting this time.
And there we go. There it is. 75 calling into his pit, letting him know that he's coming down for some new shoes and some go-go. Now, do you with an 8 second, do you take on tires, or do you
All
just
4 of them.
Yeah.
All 4 of them. Chuck's not even going to gamble that. I can tell you this right now. These guys are good to the end. If you have an extra set, save them. But this is a one-stopper. You're going to come in, run this 55-lap stint. And Chuck's probably going to retain the lead here with about 45 to go. You see Michael Atkins, he might round off and take the lead away. We'll see. He's got 22 laps on his tires now. He's about 13 seconds back, so he's on the other side of the track right now. Sweeting will probably get up to speed and meet him on the backstretch.
Well, let's find out. Chuck is going back on the track here.
Man, I'm good.
And look at that. There he is. Well, you can tell a lot of people are breathing a little bit better. They all got their line back in.
Yeah. Yeah, and that changed, it's just the cycle of green flag pit stops. You can see Chuck Sweeting, brand new tires. He's going to go right around Michael Atkins. But Jacob Daniels staying out there, 81 laps.
Yeah, man.
This could turn into a situation here for the 72 if there's a caution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We've had one caution, and that was pretty early in the race.
Yeah, clean and green here for almost 90 laps. That's pretty good. That's a testament here with 14 cars still running out here on the track.
Sad to see that we've got 2 cars out right now, Steven Seegers and Hal Hamey. But that happens. And there he is right there. Jacob Daniels leading 3 laps. And he's got 83 laps on those tires. Let's go back into the 4th spot here and take a look at Richard Holland. No, I think he just called in, didn't he?
Holland?
No, I think your
Holland,
leader. I think your leader just called in.
Yeah, Daniels is calling in. He's coming down pit road. And that'll give the lead back to Chuck Sweeting. Michael Atkins is going to be in the 2nd, and then it's going to be Richard Holland 3rd. Sanu, that long run car. He had such a long run car the last time. I'm interested to see if he can get up there and get a podium here tonight. He's in the 5th spot, about 1 second back from Richard Holland, but he's saving like he did last time, running them 1 lane high.
Yeah. And
No reason to
I'm not
push
going to
here.
count out Sanu on that either.
I think Sanu's biggest disadvantage here is he's got a little bit older tires than these guys in front of him. Now, Atkins is way off with 28 laps on his tires, so
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be tough for the 41 to keep it up there in the top 3.
Well, he's got, his tires are a lap newer than Richard's, but 1 lap older than Chuck's. So he's right there with his tires. Within a lap or two, but then Michael Atkins got almost 30 laps on his tires right now.
Yeah, Atkins is a sitting duck in this top 3. And I look to see Richard Holland, John Sanu catch up to him pretty quickly. You can see the interval between the two of them dwindling down 1.8 seconds this time by. Just a matter of time. The 41's holding on for dear life, though.
Well, and surprisingly, I mean, I shouldn't say surprisingly, but look at that gap there with Chuck. Up to 4 seconds again.
Yeah.
Out there with that clean air.
That's clean air. Combine that. I mean, Michael's got clean air right now.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely got clean air because he's got
He's
4.5
just been out there
seconds
too long,
behind.
you know? Yeah. We haven't hit any lap traffic again. Chuck Sweeting looking pretty clean all the way around this place right now.
And there comes Richard. Here comes Richard.
So 31 down to the inside and 1 and 2.
Atkins giving
knows
him all
his
the
tires
room.
Yeah, Atkins just knows his tires aren't going to be able to compete with that. If you're the 41, you had a strategy coming into this race. You stuck to it. It just didn't pay off at the count.
Well, and there we go. The number 2, and you got P2 right there, the 31 of Richard Holland. See if he's got anything for Chuck. Chuck out there running his ass off, to be honest with you, because he's still keeping a 5-second lead.
Bill, you're passing.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and go
Now,
by?
Holland does have the advantage that he didn't have to pass and work around as much traffic
Yes.
that he did on that last restart. That might help a little bit. We'll see. That gap's kind of being maintained right there at that 5-second mark. We'll find out here. A couple tenths shaved off in the entry, but it goes back up. Chuck's just doing a better job in the long run of saving his tires, and that's because he hasn't had to really worry about passing anyone since we dropped the green flag again.
Well, isn't that what you want, though?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, passing's fun, but no passing is even better.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. These cars are definitely built for that. Like I said, with the dirty air and the aero push that these cars get, such a massive advantage to start up on the pole. So for the guys that don't take qualifying seriously, this is the example right here of why it's so important to start up front.
We got John Sanu going to take over P3. So he's looking to have a podium tonight.
Sanu's just going to have to drive the track now and not try to chase anybody down. He's faster than these boys on the long run. He was catching Richard Holland the last time. He just needs to stop watching that relative for the next 40 laps or so, and I think he'll be all right.
And your leader, Chuck Sweeting, look at this, 5.6. So he's increasing that gap. Got a tad bit newer tires than Richard Holland. But they're all right there. Chuck, Richard, and John all going to be good to go for the rest of the race as long as we stay green.
I don't know, DMS, for my stake, I would say 15 to go. Caution comes out. It's going to be the best race you ever saw.
Oh, you heard it here first. He condemned us to another caution with 15 laps to go.
I think this field gets smashed back together.
It's going to be a hell of a race right there. Yeah.
Saved an extra set. It's going to get crazy.
And they all should have extra tires. I mean, you know, they got 3 sets tonight, right?
I can confirm that for you. Yeah.
I mean, I believe they did. And so they should all of them should be all right with tires.
Yeah, they had 3 extra sets of tires in the pits, so That
Go
might have been
down
why
over
we
there,
saw a lot of cars come down pit road on the very first caution.
Increasing it to 6.1, 6.1, the
Appreciate it,
gap.
man. Ah, y'all got way fresh tires than me. I ain't fighting y'all.
Message retracted.
I
ain't that
know.
dumb, bro.
What did it say? What did it say, Dee Dee?
I think it was something like DMS rocks or something like that. And then she decided, wait a minute, what am I? What? Did I have a moment lapse of craziness? Hopefully he won't read that. I'll retract that.
Mr. Chance. Should've
Yeah,
got a
I know.
screenshot, BMS.
I know. What I'm telling you.
I'm watching this lead grow a little bit. It's not as fast as it was the last time, but it's still growing.
It's definitely still growing.
John Sanu is 3.7 seconds back from Richard Holland. Cody Williams in 4th, and then Michael Atkins is holding on to that 5th position. He's got a ways back to Tommy Haynes, but not much.
Michael Atkins coming on there saying, I can't do anything for you guys.
Side
Tommy-
by side now for 5th.
Yep. Tommy Haynes is going to go. Tommy Haynes is going to take that over. Going to take over the P5. And look at Jacob Daniels back here in the 9th.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got a car on the wall. Believe that might have been the 72 or the 41. I couldn't tell exactly the contact.
41 of Michael Atkins. Maybe. I'm watching the 72 right now, so.
72 struggling way up there on the outside. Glenn Jameson trying to get around him for the 7th position.
We have no caution.
Jameson saying, "Let me go. I gotta go around this 41. I got Atkins in front of me." There he
And
goes.
there we go.
Oh, that was the 52 of
Now
English.
52, Bill English driving by. A pretty bold move right there. 72 is going to go to the inside.
A little bit of contact there between the 41 and the 52.
Got Vern Bradley. He's coming down. He's going to go check out the inside, see if that door is still open. And there it is.
Kudos to Vern Bradley. He's recovered from that earlier incident.
Vern
On lap,
currently running
45.
7th.
So who'd you predict to win this race? I hope it was Chuck Sweeting.
I don't think anybody. I think Chuck's going to win. Oh, look, 41. Michael Atkins is really, really having a hard time with that car right now.
Yeah, that's what 16 lap holder tires looks like right there.
I mean, if I was a betting man, I'm going to have to say I just don't think anybody's got. He's constantly increasing that lead, and without a caution, I don't see anybody making up 7.5 seconds.
No, nobody here tonight has really proven that they have anything for the 75 of Chuck Sweeting. And he's been able to navigate the lap traffic. You see him methodically, gets around Burt Wilson. He makes a quick corner. One turn, back to the outside, back to his line. And that's really what it boils down to. You get out here so far and start hitting this lap traffic, you have to be perfect all around.
And
Can't afford it.
I know you got some of this lap traffic that gives them room and everything else, but I mean, he just hits his points and he doesn't rush it.
Right.
He hits his points, he backs off, and he does what he has to do to get around.
Thank you.
And it's smooth. And look at this. Look who he's coming up on. 41. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 8th spot right here. The 41 of Michael Atkins Jr. He's going to go into the outside, and he's going to let Chuck go by.
Yeah, some of these guys struggling with the line tonight. It doesn't matter if you put new tires on it or not. It's still just it's so tough to keep it down there. You see Chuck dragging the brake, just trying to get this thing to rotate. It's driving like a 4-ton dump truck right now. You can tell.
But again, Chuck out there, he's hitting his marks, and he's not pushing it. He's got patience. People are giving him, giving him the room that he needs. And we're back to 7 cars on the lead lap. Vern Bradley just taking over Glenn Jamison's spot there for the P6. And look at this, 52 of Bill English. It looks like he's Velcroed his nose right there to Vern and trying to do everything Vern's doing. And he's actually passing people.
And sometimes you can get behind a guy that knows what he's doing, start running his line, and might find some speed.
But look out, because we've got the leader right here.
Yeah, I see Chuck Sweeting right now. He's going around. Excuse me. He's going around the 52 of English. He's right up on the bumper of the 63 of Jamison.
And there he goes. He's going to put the 7th spot down.
Hey, good racing there, Cody. That was fun, buddy.
Not quite able to clear, but this time through. Back to clean air for the 75. Didn't lose too much time. That lead stayed up there at 7 seconds.
Let's go ahead and take a look at, and there is Richard Holland. He's got the clean air right now, but it doesn't look like Chuck is having any problems getting through that lap traffic. See if we've got 20 laps to go. Let's see what Holland can do. He's got a lot of lap cars in front of him. 6 cars on the lead lap. Let's go ahead and take a look at your top 10 while we have an opportunity here. Chuck Sweeney, obviously, is going to be your race leader. In that 75 car, who's about to go ahead and put Vern Bradley in the 6th position down. 31, Richard Holland. He's in P2 right now. 86, John Sanu in P3. We got the 17 of Tommy Haynes. He's running in 4th right now. 12 of Cody Williams. 14 of Vern Bradley, which we just saw Chuck putting him a lap down. 63 of 60,
Sorry, go ahead.
63 of Glenn Jamison there, running in 7th. 41, Michael Atkins running in 8th. 72 of Jacob Daniels. He is continuing on his flight to the front. He's running in 9th right there in that 72 machine. And Jess Rick, 10th and a 10th. What were you going to say now?
I was just noticing there's a spread of about 13 seconds going back to Michael McCauley. These guys are all in line with each other. That's just quite the interval. You could total that up. McCauley's 2 laps down.
Thanks, Cody.
In the 12th position. That is
No
just
problem.
insane.
Yeah.
How fast Chuck Speeding has been here tonight.
Yep.
Over half the field a lap down.
We had 16 cars start tonight. We have 14 on the track. And all but 5 are on the lead lap. I mean, reverse that.
John Sanu's catching up to Richard Holland a little bit. It was 4 seconds a moment ago. It's down to 3.8. I say that and it jumps back up to 4 flats. So Sanu not having quite the same long run car that he had the last time through this stint.
Let's go ahead and let's go aboard the leader of the race right now and call it out if you want to. Show us what he's doing and why he is increasing 9.5 seconds. Take it away, Brett.
Why is he increasing? I would say he's probably just in cruise control right now. These guys have been pushing their tires, trying to catch up to him all race long. And now it's just a product of you're racing for second position. You've spent your tires. You threw it all out there on the track. The end. It's really, there's no other explanation. Chuck Sweeting just had the car to beat here tonight.
And look how he's hitting those marks. Same spots every time. Getting it right down there on the line and riding it back out to the outside. And boom.
And he's making this track look smooth, and it's really not. That's what's more impressive. And he's not the only one doing it, though. There's other guys that are very consistent on the line. You see Richard Holland working by the 10 of Rick Fagone. He's another one of those guys that's able to run the bottom, which is really where you need to be at Rockingham.
On board with 31 Holland right now.
So Holland, you can see he's keeping it low, but if you go a lap around this place with Chuck Sweeting, I guarantee it's just a little bit lower on the entry, holding it down there a little bit longer.
9 laps to go. And one of those cars up there is your leader, Chuck Sweeting.
Thanks, Tommy. Good luck.
Mac Racer says Chuck's my hero. See you up in the chat.
Yep. Go, Rich, go. Cindy's out there cheering away. And look at this. Like you said, John Snow is looking for podium, and there he is. Let's take a look behind. Look at that. No one out there at all. I think he is automatically just put that on autopilot. Realized, hey, we got 7 laps to go. I'm just going to take that podium. Take that third spot.
Tommy Hayden's not going to catch the 86 of Sanu unless there's a yellow. I don't think these guys are really going to make too many passes. Closest battle on the track would be the 10 and the 11.
Yeah.
That's P10 and P11, but that's Rick Fagone and Burt Wilson in the 70. And that's even growing as we come up just under 5 to go, or just over 5 to go. Chuck Sweeting, 11.9 seconds. Is he going to put Tommy Haynes a lap down before this thing's over with?
I think he's probably. I think he's probably going to just slow up and look up and see. He's got 11. Oh, there you go. There you go. Never mind. That man, shut up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. He's not done yet.
Ooh. He got really loose out of 4 there. He's going to have to be careful on that big lead. Sweeting just needs to cruise around this place. 4 to go. 4 more times for the 75. He is still trying to navigate the 72 of Jacob Daniels.
Now, would you do that, or would you just ride this
I
home?
don't know. It depends on how much I feel like I'm being held up. If that lap car is holding me up 2 or 3 tenths, I'm going to try to get around him. If that lap car is matching my lap time, I guess I'll just hang behind him. You know, Chuck, he's probably seeing that he can't run his line with clean air. And he's going to try everything in his power to get around Daniels here on the backstretch. Coming up on 2 to go now.
Credit to Daniels. Daniels did not make that easy.
Yeah, and I think you got to kind of put up a fight here. It's less than 5 to go. Caution does happen. You can have some green-white checkers. You want to try to mitigate as many laps as you can, but it's been impossible for everybody here tonight. Chuck Sweeting coming off of turn 4, getting ready to take the white flag up in the air. Rockingham has been tough. It's been unkind to many, many drivers, but Chuck Sweeting hasn't been one of them this
I was
week.
just going to say, but that is not one of them right there. And if I remember right, that's going to be a back-to-back win.
Looking like it for the 75
One last night.
team.
One last night, and he'll win again tonight.
Third race in the chase here for the 75. Rockingham is claimed.
Chuck
Chuck
Sweeting is your
Sweeting.
winner.
Richard Holland going to bring it home in second. We go back here to John
Excellent,
Sanu and Richard Holland.
Thanks for not pressing me like
8 seconds separating them as Holland crosses the line.
I'm going to have to
That's
go
how
back in
far
the.
it was.
I'm going to have to
Good
go back
win,
in the
Chuck.
record, but I'm going to tell you what. In actuality, I think it's a
Good win,
repeat
man.
of last night.
Nice run, Chuck.
Good job on the sweep, Chuck.
Chuck had a dominant truck there in last night's
Hey.
race.
Yeah, and I think Richard took P2
Good win there, Chuck.
and Sanu took third. I could
We're
be
gonna let you
wrong.
Take that car back home for them blocks and pieces.
This track definitely fit in the
Yeah, I'd like to
wheelhouse
get
of
a
what
cylinder
John
check
Sanu
on that
likes to
motor.
drive. Very loose off and
A good win, Chuck.
very bumpy. He likes these shorter
Yeah, that
tracks.
part
so
wasn't.
congratulations to third place finisher John Sanu. Congrats to Richard Holland.
Take a look,
Just
please.
trying to get him up there and get that
I
win,
believe
but Chuck
that's,
Sweeting just dominated, putting on a
50,
clinic here tonight.
250
He leads
point, driver point.
149 laps
you gotta make that
out of
up in a couple- in 3 weeks.
155.
There he is. That and that
still
is
looking for
very
this
true, Honor. Right there, King of the Rock,
Oh yeah, it's those
just
livers. I knew
dominating
it.
last night and tonight.
We're gonna tear it down so far, we'll have to mail it back to you in pieces.
I'm already hearing that people are already asking
tear
him
it
to
down
bring
to
that
the
car
local
to the
machine.
trailer right now to get that inspected.
Experimental engines.
13.3 seconds. My goodness, my goodness. You gonna hang out here with interviews?
Yeah, why not? We got our post race up here and get your top 3.
Okay. And well, there we go. Look at this. I'm kind of thinking, Chuck, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
I'm kind of thinking we just skip the interview. We'll just replay the interviews from last night. And hey, we're good. 1, 2, and 3. Chuck, Richard, and John.
Yeah, that was that was a tough long race tonight.
So how are you feeling right now?
Aside from sweaty, I'm elated. That's it's nice to get the sweep. I love racing this track. It was probably I think it was the first track I ever got a win on in this car, and that was like 10 years ago. So when I joined iRacing, so it's a fun place, and it takes a lot of finesse and concentration.
Well, it looks like you didn't need to concentrate that much. I mean, 13.3 seconds.
Yeah, no, you still got to focus every lap. That thing bounces you around, and you're back and forth with the steering wheel. And I don't know. I'm 61 now. It takes my breath away after a while.
Thank God it wasn't 250 laps, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have made that.
Well, Chuck, I mean, there's not much to talk about. I mean, you dominated the entire race.
Yeah, I pushed pretty hard the whole time, just because I knew even after the tires got worn, I was still pretty fast. So I just kept pushing and I think that helped me keep my focus too. Because I don't know, last night a couple times I lost my focus and about hit the wall off the corner, so I didn't want to do that tonight.
Right. Well, we raced 155 laps, and you led 149 of them
That's amazing.
with a 13-second lead.
Yeah, that's amazing too, especially with this group of guys, because that doesn't happen in this league. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Bradley, you got something you want to ask?
I just want to ask him how beat up he feels. I know that this track was rough, and you guys are in there swatting flies for 155 of them. It looked like clean air was pretty much the deciding factor. You never really left it. You stayed up front, navigated lap traffic perfectly. Do you think that was part of the key to winning this race tonight?
Yeah, clean air always helps. You know that. Yeah, I feel pretty worn out. I'm sweating. My arms, hands are tired, but I had a big enough lead that I kind of allowed myself to try to relax my hands and arms a little bit that last run there. But it's a tough old track. It's a lot of fun, and you got to hit the line just right, especially off of two. Otherwise, you'll burn the right front off. And that's the first time in a long time that I've had more right rear wear on a fixed setup than right front wear. So I must have been doing something right tonight.
There you go. There you go. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I want to thank Hal. I forgot to mention Amy contracting last night. Hal and Vern, everybody, UDMS, and thanks Bradley for coming in and helping him out tonight, and just everybody in the league for making this thing fun week in and week out. And it's such a pleasure. So I really enjoy doing it, and I appreciate all the hard work that goes into it.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Well, Chuck, don't thank me. My hauler ended up in North Dakota. He went to the wrong north, so.
Oh, that's not good. You better get them Google Maps or something.
Yeah, hey, tomato, North Dakota, North Carolina. I mean,
Yeah,
you know how them truck drivers are.
I was driving on Mount Rushmore this week. But yeah, congratulations, Chuck, and dominant performance. And race number 3 locked up. You look pretty good on the points here to nab this championship.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can have a good week next week at Phoenix, because I'll need I need a little bit of a gap, because anything can happen at plate tracks. So you can go from you can lose a lot of points in that one final race. So we'll see how it goes. But and Richard's always putting the pressure on because he's always good week in and week out. So yeah, got a little bit of a gap tonight, and we'll see what happens next week, and then go from there. Maybe be able to get a championship.
Well,
Good luck out there, man.
Yep, good luck. Good luck next week, and congratulations. And there he is, your winner tonight at the Rock, Chuck Sweeting.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Have a great night. Yeah, Bradley, I mean, there's just no way other than to say that he literally did just dominate. I mean, 155 lap race. He led 149, won with a 13-second lead. I mean, but we can't take it away from our next driver, who is in the P2 spot here. And I mean, this guy,
He doesn't know how to turn it off either.
he does not know how to turn it off tonight. Now, I'm not sure, but we're going to find out right now. Richard, you got a copy.
I got you.
How are you doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad, man. This was a marathon, but doing pretty good, man. We'll take second. Come out of here with second place for sure.
So, describe the difference between the car and the truck last night.
The car just feels so much heavier around these bumps. It just feels like, and with the fuel load, felt like you were towing a fuel tank around with this thing, like a 275-gallon oil drum around the back deck lid of this car. It just, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, it was a little loose early, and then it settled in pretty good. I mean, I think most of the night was probably overdriving it a little bit. I know it wasn't 3 and 4, but kind of found a little bit better rhythm there later on in the race. But it was too late then. I short-pitted Chuck by 2 or 3 laps. I knew it was over unless we got a caution.
Well, I know there was a lot of cars out there. I know you and John Sanu and Tommy Haynes are all hoping for that yellow flag.
Yeah, we
Cut that
had
lead
another
down.
set of tires. Well, yeah, we had another set of tires, and I'd like to have really started second and with the same tires as Chuck and just seen what happened. But I don't know, man. I watched his line there when I was behind him, and he was solid all night. He had a really good line going. He wasn't abusing his tires, and he'd have been really, really hard to beat. Probably almost impossible, really. He ran a great race, and congratulate him on the win.
Well, we up here in the booth, we rode around with Chuck for a couple of times there, and rode around with you, and it looked like you guys were. I'll tell you, if it didn't say Holland on the dashboard, it looked almost identical. With just I mean, it was, but somehow, some way, he was just able to, get in there and get out a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I felt pretty good about you know, if on equal tires, you know, that we could stay with him for the most part. But um, you know, we ended up battling people early in the race, just trying to get up there. And once I did get to second, I kind of held my own with him. You know, but I had kind of used. I felt like I had used it up getting through traffic and passing people, and you know, he was obviously out front the whole time, so he had that luxury. But no, you know, this place is pretty tough. It's really hard to come in here and you know race 155 laps with this car and you know come out of here with a 0x and a second place finish. You know, we'll take it.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, me and Chuck have been kind of swapping the one in first and second place back and forth here each week. So um, I don't know if Chuck knows it, but we'll have to let him know that next week's my turn. So
Well, you know, the little secret, Richard, between me and you, nobody else has to hear this. Up here in the booth, we were kind of really hoping for a caution because we wanted to see that. We wanted to see that
Well,
restart.
everybody but Chuck, you know, everybody but the leader in that situation is hoping for a caution, you know. Whether you're watching the race or you're running second to 20th, you know, or whatever it is, you're hoping for a caution. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to have seen one, you know, 30, 40 to go or whatever. It would have been nice. But, you know, we didn't get it. And like I said, I think we short pitted him by 2 or 3 laps. And I knew that if we didn't get a caution, it was over because he was really, really good on the short run. He was really, really good on the long run. And where we had 3 laps, you know, older tires, he was going to drive away from us. So,
Yeah.
but you know, it is what it is, like I say, and you know, you got to try stuff and you got to do different things, and but yeah, we'll take second, and we got 2 more weeks, so we'll see what happens. I mean, all we can do is be in the fight when we go to Talladega, you know.
Well, and I just got informed that you not only did you take P2 tonight, but you did take driver of the day also.
Nice. So we got Amy Nation was out there watching and rooting for us, so. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate your support and everything you guys do for us.
Bradley, anything you want?
Sorry I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
That's all I got to say. Sorry I wasn't there.
Goddamn slacker.
Damn slacker. Guest in the booth, and I'm like, hey, you want to be in for the interviews? He's like, hell yeah. He's not going to pay attention to the interviews. He's just going to.
I'm here. I'm here in spirit. No, it was a good race, man. It's a shame the rock is so rough and it just beats the crap out of you. It's a marathon, like you said. So, yeah, I don't envy you. I'm sorry I wasn't there, but I'm not. My ribs and my shoulders are pretty happy about it.
Yeah, there's no doubt. This place will wear you out for sure.
All right, Richard. Well, congratulations on P2. Anybody you'd like to thank that you already haven't?
I just want to thank my teammates and Hal. And I want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Deadman, you coming in, stepping in, doing these things every week, giving Vern a chance to race is really awesome. And we appreciate you doing it. I love going back and watching the broadcast. You do a great job, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that runs the league and does anything for it, so we have a place to race. And I want to thank Amy Nation. Woo! Appreciate it, you guys. Love you. Thanks.
All right. Well, congratulations. Good luck next week. And that's that. There it is. And your number 2 driver, Richard Holland.
Well,
Thanks,
you know
guys.
what? Since you called me out, DMS, I'm going to take John Sanu. I will take lead on this. I will talk to this guy until he can't stand it.
Okay. Okay. Let's get him up here in the booth.
I'm running down pit road right now.
To the right, like
There you go.
John Sanu.
hey, what's
Sally
up?
Cooper, DMS up in the broadcast booth, and I tell you what, I had to sprint down pit road quite a ways to find you. But you know what? You didn't have to run very far to get up there to P3. I saw you had the faster car, faster than Chuck Sweeting at some points in the race. Come home with a podium finish.
Yeah, no, I had a pretty good car. I like this new update. It tells you what the leader is doing and stuff like that. And I was watching. I'm like, I saw I was pacing him, beating him a couple times. It's just trying to find that, you know, this is our longest run in this car. So I was trying to gauge how far I should push it and how much I should save. You know, I didn't really know where I was at, so I was really hesitant to to try to overdrive the car, and I did on that last set. I don't know if you guys caught that, but about 5 laps down. 5 laps ago, I looked down at my relative, came up, touched the outside wall, and that was just enough for those tires to push me to the inside. And I was like, "Oh, this is it." Got a little inside damage. I'm like, "Okay, let's just finish it now, not get past
you
by
were
Tommy."
catching up to Richard Holland there. You had him down under a second when that happened, and I saw you back there in about probably the 5th or 6th position, and I said, I could see this 86 car. He's going to be up in the top 3 before they hit green flag pit stops, and sure enough, you were right there passing I believe it was the 12 of Cody Williams there to take away that top 3 before they all
Yeah.
hit pit road.
Yeah, no, it's a good track. Like I said, and that's what sort of got me. I was hoping to maybe catch Richard, and I had this bad habit of looking at the relative at the wrong times, corners, pit exit. So that's a bad habit I got to work on. But
I
yeah,
mentioned that too, didn't I, DMS? I said he's gonna have to quit
Yeah,
watching that
yeah.
relative and just drive that track.
Just drive it. Just drive it now. Hey,
Hard to
Chuck.
do.
I mean, Chuck. John. Hey, remind me, where did you place last night?
Second or third. I think it was second or third. I'll be honest with you. It's been a long day. It was
Hey,
second or third.
old age here, baby. No, same as last night.
Oh,
Chuck,
that's right.
Richard, and John.
No, actually, I finished second last night. Richard was a couple laps down. Tommy ran out.
Oh
of
yeah,
gas.
yeah.
I was second last night, third
You
tonight.
were P2 last night.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
See,
this is a
I told
pretty
you,
cool
old
track.
age chat. Don't mind me. I'm just,
That's
We're
all right. I
getting
probably
the
got you
keys
beat
to
on
the
age.
Just let me out.
I've been getting AARP cards for a while now, so
Yeah,
I'm up there.
just do like the wife does. Open the door every now and then. Let me out.
Yeah.
Roam around the backyard.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
high
no, the car
five.
felt good. It's like I said, it got it was really cool. The tires really sort of stabilized, seemed to be, or even out after about 15 laps, and the car felt really good to right about the end there, right about when we pitted. When I saw Holland going, I'm like, oh sweet, I can go and get tires now. If Richard's pitting, that's a good point. So, but the car felt pretty decent all the way throughout. I just tried not to overdrive it, and that's why I got caught at the end there, trying to push it a little bit too much instead of just being happy where I was at. And but I'm still happy with third place finish.
Yeah, we saw it about.
This is a good league.
We saw it about 6 laps that you just, it was kind of like, the sunshine coming through the window. You were just like, okay, look, I'm in P3. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do to catch Chuck. I'm just going to hold off and defend this P3.
Yeah,
and you ran a
especially
good
after I
race.
smacked the wall. Yeah, no, and I'll tell you what, it's a good group of drivers here. So that's even what makes me feel better is, it's everybody in here has got talent. So it's anybody's. Well, yeah, I still harken back to the old days of Mark Martin in the Busch series. Everybody's racing for second for a lot of the time, short of Chuck and Richard. But all the other guys in here, everybody in here is to me got a shot to be up here where I'm at for sure. Everybody's got skills and talent. Everybody runs it. Everybody clean.
Yeah.
It's a really good league, which makes me even feel better when I do get lucky enough to get these finishes that I've beaten the caliber of drivers that this league now has on a regular basis. So
I agree. I agree 100%.
yeah.
Well, congratulations on your third spot. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
No, tonight is self-sponsored night. Came on an open trailer, no sponsors. But hey, mom and dad, I'll be calling you again. You'll have to watch 2 races this week. They're both going to be worth watching, I think. So, but no, and just thanks to you guys. Thanks to Bradley for getting up there too and working with DMS tonight. I miss having you on the track, but you do a hell of a job up in the broadcast. So I'm sure you're a great addition up there.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So get on down there to the KDMS National Nation Radio booth and get yourself a burger and a beer and enjoy this win. And good luck next week.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, Bradley, there you go. What a hell of a race. I'm gonna tell you, boy, oh boy, it gets better and better every week.
You got that graphic for that final running order?
Shit, I don't know. Am I supposed to have a graphic for a final running order?
I don't know. I got buttons. I don't know. I don't know.
You got
buttons?
buttons? Hell no,
I got
I
buttons
don't know. There we go. We're there. We got the winner of your race, Chuck Sweeting, Richard Holland coming in second, Johnson New coming in third, Tommy Haynes running fourth, Cody Williams, the 12 car, finishing fifth, Vern Bradley finishing sixth, Glenn Jamison finishing seventh, Michael Atkins Jr. Hey, you know what? For all the problems that he had, he got himself a top 10 coming in at 8th right now. Jacob Daniels 9th, and Just Rick in the 10th spot. And I want
Burt
to.
Wilson. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to round him off here with the 11th position finish of Burt Wilson. Got caught up in that accident early in this race. Michael McCauley, who stayed out, paid the price on those tires. Longest run was 81 laps on those tires, so that was an eternity. Dave Nestor's going to bring it home 13th. Bill English in 14th. And then the two cars that parked it behind the wall tonight, Steve Seegers and Hal Amy, 15th and 16th.
And there we go. Well, Bradley, you got anything you'd like to say?
We're moving on. We're moving on to Phoenix, and it's another track that's seen a lot of renovations, very similar shape to Rockingham. The start-finish line being on the Legacy course, so it's going to be on the straightaway, the where it's supposed to be, in my opinion. It's going to be interesting to see.
Absolutely, absolutely. Lambo, thank you guys. Thank you very much for the kind words. All of you guys and all the fans in the stands, we can't do it without you. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much, and we will see you next week. God bless and have a good evening.